Here's a recap of episode 38. Katie was making a cheers and then she also cheered Zach and Molly for being closed off too. There was a little awkward tension in the air, and Zach said he wasn't cheersing to that. Scott talks to Abby about the comment she made during the challenge. She said that Scott had the chance to know her in Casa but he didn't. Katie tells Molly that she didn't have any bad intentions when she said the toast for Molly and Zach. Tariq tells Zach, "What do you mean you're closed off? And you didn't tell us?" Zach says that he had a conversation with Molly and they said that they wouldn't look at other people. He also said that he thinks Molly was just claiming her territory, but he likes it. Scott and Catherine talk. She asks him about Abby. He says that it feels like it's reciprocated but it's very early days. Catherine says she's happy that they're in a good place, that they can actually speak, and she tells him that she cares about him. Whitney gets a text. It's a text saying that it's time for her and Lock-in to go on a date. Whitney and Lock-in leave for their date. Elam has the "if a bombshell were to walk in he'd want to get to know them" conversation with Catherine. Lock-in and Whitney talk about that they both want the same qualities in a partner. They also talk about their families. I think Elam feels like he messed up having that "if a bombshell" conversation with Catherine because he pulled her again to explain himself. In my opinion, he did mess up because he should just live in the moment, not wonder about what ifs. Mitchell tells Scott that he doesn't appreciate his name being brought up when he's talking with Abby. It's because Scott had a conversation with Abby earlier that day, and after Scott told her to work out with him, she said that she didn't want to be muggy to Mitch. Scott said to her to not listen to Mitch and just do what she feels like doing. Then after that conversation, Abby told Mitchell that Scott said not to take advice from Mitchell, so that's why Mitchell thinks Scott is talking about him. Elam takes Catherine up to the terrace to tell her he does like spending time with her and that he likes what they've built since Casa. Ella gets a text that says the public have been voting on the most compatible couple. Everyone is shocked by the news. Scott thinks he's the one going home and quietly said, "Fuck, that's me." Whitney then gets a text. Her text says that Catherine and Elam have been dumped. Can't get over the fact that the producers sent the dumping text to Catherine's friends. They are so mean, oh my god. Everyone is so shocked that Catherine and Elam have been dumped. Everyone said goodbye to Catherine and Elam. The girls try to comfort Catherine, telling her that Elam and her are so compatible. Catherine says, "I know." Then Amber says that her and Scott are the ones that aren't compatible. Then Catherine says, "I know." Scott says that he thought it was him that was going home. When they're saying goodbye to Catherine and Elam, they get a text that says all islanders must gather around the fire pit. When they're all around the fire pit, Lock-in gets a text that says Catherine and Elam aren't the only couple going home. These are the ones who were vulnerable.